Today, I want to talk about perfection and more specifically about how perfectionism can get in the way of taking action. Or not even perfectionism. In some ways, it is perfectionism, expecting things to be perfect, expecting things to go according to the plan, expecting things to be exactly the way you thought they're going to be, which I think is quite relevant with starting new things or having the new year, new me season. Because a lot of times, what happens is we have this vision or idea of how this perfect beginning of the year has to happen. And if it doesn't go according to the plan, then we either quit or we now start to let in some excuses and things like that. But um, I think the example that I could say is my health habits. So I'm currently training for, one of the things that I'm training for is marathon. So let's go with marathon. I'm training for a marathon, and one of the things that I am doing every day is going for a run, which for the most part actually have been quite good with that. So I'm not too concerned about not executing on that. Is it perfect every day? Not really. But I'm doing it every day, so that's the key right now. But also, I had during the holiday season, I had stopped doing my meal prep, so I had stopped cooking my meals in advance for like the week. And I would come up with a lot of reasons not to do it, or why I can't do it, or I don't have enough time, and all this kind of stuff. Which today I just decided, in between some work, to just go and cook my meals, which I did, and I'm so happy about it. And then the second thing that I had was, and also mid-meal, I realized that I forgot to start cooking my veggies. And so that's an example of like it wasn't perfect. It wasn't like I had this perfect plan of making my perfect meal prep. I just went and did it because I knew it had to be done for me to get back in the rhythm of being consistent with the habits that I want to focus on that are aligned with the goal that I have, which in this case, that's a marathon. But then also in the morning, I had because I didn't start a day early enough or as early as I would want to, speaking on, not perfect. Um, I had decided that I won't go to the gym today. And as I was thinking about it, I was like, well, after calls, I actually could go to the gym. I will have enough time to go do that. And for the most part, I will have done the majority of the tasks I need to do today. So actually, I could do that, which I will go to the gym after the last call that I will have for the day. And I think the lesson there is that action beats perfection. And similar to one of the days, I also talked about how action beats intention and thought or idea. And what I would encourage you to do is try to focus less on how perfect the action is and celebrate you taking action. And because what happens when you take action is now you can actually learn something. You can reflect, you can look at, oh, this worked, this didn't work. I don't know how to speak anymore. This didn't work. And then based on that, you can now come up with new plan or you can come up with things that you can adjust, but that will speed up your progression way quicker than if you would now sit and try to create the perfect plan, which, by the way, it's not going to work perfectly. And now you have spent all this time trying to come up with this perfect plan. And then by the time you take the step three, and that step is not what you predicted will happen, because for the most part, you can't predict what will go wrong. You can only see what goes wrong and then you adjust and adapt to that. Then you have wasted all this time trying to come up with this plan, or more so trying to get sense of certainty for doing the thing, instead of just going, taking action, and then learning from that, applying that to the next step, and that way progressing way more rapidly. It's been, I would say, in the last, I don't even know how many years, but it's been maybe even like four. It's been one of the biggest lessons that I have had. And the biggest growth has come from taking action and then reflecting on that action. But reflection probably will be a lesson or thought for another day. But yeah, that's the story slash lesson of the day. And I'll go to my call now and then to the gym because action beats perfection. See you tomorrow.